Well, hello there. So as I mentioned in some of my previous videos, I've actually gotten out of knives, had to get out of knives for a little while, but unfortunately I am back and picked up a couple in the last few months, and just kind of wanted to go over some of them because I haven't done a video in a long time, and I apologize for that. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Today's contestant is, can anyone guess? What is it? Okay, you don't have to guess. It's a Manix 2. Now, I've already done a review of one Manix 2, and I've had 2 or 3, I think, at this point. And that one was the Moonglow Manix 2. This one's a little different. This one is not Moonglow. It is actually carbon fiber. And not only is it carbon fiber, it's carbon fiber and S90V. Okay, so carbon fiber S90V. Now I've already done an general overview of the Manix, so I'll touch on some things lightly, and other things I'll just kind of leave alone. As I previously stated in the Manix 2 review, I believe, I haven't actually watched it in a little while, but they're my ideas, so hopefully they're the same. You never know, it's been a while. I really like the Manix 2. I like it a lot for, mostly because it's Spyderco, so it has good ergonomics and function and all that jazz. It's a great EDC. It carries a little funny sometimes. As you're carrying it, it kind of, does this weird thing where it wants to sit, doesn't really know where it wants to sit in your pocket, but generally speaking, it's a great overall EDC knife. Now, the main point of this video is going to be just about the special edition model. So, the normal Manix 2 has black G10 scales. This particular one is a carbon fiber material. Now, this carbon fiber is full carbon fiber all the way through. Okay, so it's carbon fiber from bottom to top. But the really thing I like about this, as opposed to something like this Kali, it's not smooth. It actually has some texture. So I actually get some grip out of it. And I think most of the Golden Colorado made knives will have the texture to them. I don't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure most of the USA made ones have a texture to them. Really like it. Best carbon fiber, I think, that's being used. Now, granted, not best for every application. Like I said in the Kali review, I like that carbon fiber for its elegance and how it looks. And for that knife, it works. For this knife, however, I agree with this use, because this is a more function over form, I guess, would it be, because it has some texture, and that's the way this knife is designed. So I really like the carbon fiber. Now, I like carbon fiber, period. I think if everything was carbon fiber, I'd probably be happy. There's a couple knives I want to pick up, and I haven't actually picked them up because they're not carbon fiber. I know that sounds dumb, but I plan on putting aftermarket scales on them, and until I can have the money to actually buy the knife and buy the aftermarket parts, I'm just going to hold off. So either way, cage ball lock design, I've previously explained how that works, so I won't go into that too much. The main thing that I picked up main reason I picked up this knife is, 1, I wanted to get another Manix 2 because I really like it. 2, this is the ultimate Manix 2. And 3, I managed to get it for a decent price, which, these are discontinued and have been for a long time. So to get one is pretty rare, and to get one at a good price is almost impossible, and I managed to do that. In fact, when I bought it, there was like 3 other people behind me going, darn it. Either way, Manix 2 is easy to manipulate one-handed, in every fashion. You can, do the little flip thing. I can do it in multiple ways. Either way, they all work. But again, so main thing, I'm trying not to make this a full Manix 2 review because I've already done one, but the main point of this knife was the S90V. For those of you who know steels, will know of S90V. For those of you who don't, maybe have heard of S30V, or maybe you don't know anything about steel and you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine. What you need to know is that S90V is an extremely well well-designed steel. It holds an edge very well for a very long period of time. It is corrosion rust resistant, and it is also fairly tough. Now, I say fairly tough because it's tougher than, ZDP 189, but it's not as tough as something like M4 or what's the one tough steel everyone always refers to, 3V, CPM 3V. For most people, again, application being key, this is one of the perfect steels. The only thing I think that would be better in this application would be like S110V, but I mean, come on, we can't be too picky now, can we? Either way, S90V, I've actually found now, confession, I did not sharpen this. I actually had this professionally done. I know you're going to stone me for that. I did a little sharpening with this. When I got it originally, it had the original factory bevel on it. However, there were some chips in it. There was like 3 or 4 significant sized chips in the blade. When I attempted to go ahead and sharpen it, and honestly, I sharpened it. I got it to the point where I was decently happy, but the chips were still there, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get this professionally done. I have a knife shop close enough to me that does a phenomenal job, and it's sharp. It's not super polished, hitting the camera over and over again. It's not super polished. Of course, you're not going to be able to see it. But it actually does, they do a good job. And it's sharp. And when I say sharp, it's laser beam sharp. So, but it sharpens easy enough, actually. For being as wear resistant as it is, it's not that bad. I have a diamond system, so the diamonds cut metal. So as long as you don't apply too much pressure, then you get a decent result. The main thing is it holds that edge for a very long time. And I haven't used this significantly because I really don't want to beat up on it, because I want to try and keep this for a long time. As long as you don't beat up on it, then this S90V should last you as long as anything will last you. So that's why I mainly picked this up, because I wanted a Manix 2, and I wanted and when the Ultimate one popped up for what I considered to be a reasonable price, then I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Not that I actually had the money for it, but I don't want to let something like this pass me by. The old saying, you can't take it with you. So I'm really happy that I decided to pick this one up. I'm sorry if I didn't go into too much detail about the Manix, the ergonomics and everything. I pretty much already discussed all that. I do like the ergonomics quite a bit. I like the choil. The blade is a decent size. It's a little small for the handle, but in usage, it's perfect. I like the cage ball lock design. I like any lock that you don't have to stick your fingers in the way of the blade. I like how fast it deploys. I like how fast it undeploys. I like everything about it. This one's tight as a rock, any direction. And usually the sprint run Spydercos will tend to have slightly better fit and finish, will be slightly smoother, slightly tighter than the standard production models, and that's to be expected. I really, really like this. I'm very happy I picked it up. Sorry again if I'm not going into too much detail with it. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm available pretty much 24/7, except for when I'm sleeping. So if you have a particular question about it, don't hesitate to ask. And also, guys, if you're into knives and you're not on Blade forums, you really need to get on there. Support the community. There's tons of guys on there that are into knives. Thousands and thousands of people across the country, across the world actually, who are into knives just like you. Even if you're just mildly interested, you'll really pick up some good ideas and good tips off of there. So please don't hesitate to go to bladeforums.com. If you have another question about this knife, you can post a comment below, which will go right to my email, or you can just feel free to email me. Either way, thanks guys for watching, and you guys have a good day.